You aren't going to believe it. We have the padlock. Are we ready? This unboxing is that special that I've even lit my diptyque candle that's been sat on my coffee table for over a year waiting for a special occasion for it to be lit. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well, and I also hope you're all ready for a very, very exciting unboxing. We have a very big orange bag. But before I show you what's inside, I want to do a little bit of a backstory. I'll try and make it as short as possible, but I also want to make this informative, so if any of you out there are trying to get your hands on an Hermes bag, this might help you out. So let's rewind to a year ago, October 2022. I went into an Hermes store and I placed my first ever wish for an Hermes bag. So I asked the sales assistant very nicely, who was serving me that day, if I could make a wish for a black Birkin 25 with Togo leather and gold hardware. He of course said yes, but made me very aware that a black Birkin is something that lots of people want and I could end up waiting a long time. And he also told me if my wish wasn't granted within a year, it would time out and I'd have to come back and make another one. So I then said a prayer to the Hermes gods that one day my wish would be granted. I bought an Hermes Kelly belt and I left. And then fast forward to April of this year. Many of you will already know that I was so lucky that for my 30th birthday, whilst in Paris, I managed to get my hands on my dream bag. Birkin 25, black Togo leather and gold hardware. I did do an unboxing for this bag and explained how I got hold of it. I will link that down below if you're interested. But to save repeating myself in this video, I'm not really going to talk about how I got this. So after I came back from Paris, I couldn't believe my luck. I had my dream bag, but then I remembered I made a wish for the exact same bag in London. And if at any point I was going to get lucky, I didn't want to receive the email to say my wish had been granted in London and it was the bag I already owned. So I went back into the store in London and asked to alter my wish to a different colour. But this time I knew I wanted a neutral, so I made 3 colour choices. The first one was gold, which is a very rich tan colour. The second one was a taupe, which is like the perfect beige. And the third, I just said any grey. If you make your wish a little bit more flexible, you've got more chance of getting something in the region of what you're after. So with that, my wish was altered, just in case I ever got lucky enough to receive the email. I'm gonna be honest, I never really thought I was going to. And as I already had my black Birkin, which I love so much, I mean, I really did want a neutral, but I was pretty satisfied at the moment with this. Now fast forward to October of 2023. It was actually only 3 weeks away from my original wish being timed out. I was sat on the sofa just behind me here. I was actually having a very bad day. I'd had a few tears, you know how it gets, just a little bit emotional. And I received an email from Hermes. I actually receive a few of them because I'm signed up to their kind of newsletters and things like that. But I clicked on it because it looked slightly different and I couldn't believe my eyes. And I'll read what it said. Dear Miss Killin, you have left a wish with us for a bag and we're delighted to inform you that we have found a bag that matches your requirements. Please see details below. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the email says, but I did know what it was before I went to the store. We have placed the item on reservation for you until close of business, and then it says the date. They give you a week to pick it up, and only you can pick it up, and you have to take ID. Now, it was actually about 4 p.m. when I received this email, and I knew I wouldn't get to the store in time. So I went to bed. I was like a kid at Christmas. I woke up first thing in the morning, and I ran to the store. I kind of had slight fear that the email could be fake or someone was setting me up. Like, I couldn't believe my luck. So without further ado, I want you all to guess actually in the comment section what you think it is, okay? I mean, I think it's kind of obvious what bag it is, but what colour do you think it is? Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have unboxed this already. I've actually had it a couple of weeks, but I was kind of waiting to get over the shock before I shared it with you all. So of course, the iconic orange box and the silky soft tissue paper. We have the padlock. Are we ready? So pretty. And here we have the birth of my second child, my Birkin 25 gold hardware Togo leather in the colour Etoupe. Guys, I'm in love. She's actually perfect. So far, I'm too scared to use it, so I've just been staring at it every day. But look at my 2 children together. What a dream. But just a little bit of a side note about this colour. You might remember that I said when I redid my wish, I asked for gold as the first choice. But then since then, I got a picketing in the colour gold, and it's made me realise that that particular shade from Hermes is actually quite an orangey tan. It's still really beautiful, but it's got really orange undertones. And it kind of made me realise that I would have actually preferred a bag in a taupe. But of course that was my second option on my wish. But as I never thought my wish was really going to be granted, I never went to go and change it. But then when the email came through and I opened it up and it was a taupe, which was the colour that I do actually now want, I could not believe it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a few months ago the fact that I said that one day I hoped and dreamed of owning either a Birkin or a Kelly, because I'm still very open to a Kelly, but either a Birkin or a Kelly in the colour a taupe, the Togo leather if it was a Birkin, or Epsom leather if it was a Kelly, and then Cellier with the white stitching. But on the email it didn't specify everything, so it wasn't until I was in the store and then the loveliest SA who served me, I'll speak about her in a minute because we had such a lovely chat, but it wasn't until she pulled it out the dust bag that I knew it was everything that I wanted. I feel so incredibly grateful and lucky, and also I can't lie, a little bit greedy, because I can't believe I was lucky enough to get 2 of them this year. But if you know me, you know how much I love my handbags. It's been my thing for as long as I can remember. I've always worked, saved my money and bought handbags. Something I love so much about this colour, by the way, is it kind of changes depending on what you're wearing. If you wear it against creams or let's say browns, it looks very brown. But if you wear it against greys, it almost appears grey. It's honestly perfect. And as I already mentioned, the lady who served me when I bought this bag was so lovely. We had the nicest chat just about all things fashion and handbags, and she clearly has the same love for these things as I do, and I know as many of you do, because nothing makes me happier than the fact that I've built a community on here of people who love bags, shoes, fashion, jewellery, everything as much as I do. And I was talking to her about the fact that years ago, in my teenage years, I would sit online and just look at all different handbags all night long. Like after I'd finished my shift, because many of you know I worked as a waitress for 11 years and I worked split shifts, so daytime and then nighttime. I'd get home really late at night and sit on my laptop. I would read all of the people writing on Purse Blog and also Purse Forum. I don't know if that's still going. I know Purse Blog is still going, but is Purse Forum still a thing? It used to be a place where everyone would go and share their handbag purchases in the days kind of before Instagram. So it would just have thousands of people from all around the world would start different forums to say, hi everyone, like I just bought this Chanel bag, or I just bought this Birkin. And I used to sit on there for hours, and I even shared a few of my purchases on there too. Like when I had my Mulberry Del Rey, when I had my Alexander Wang. Do any of you remember the Alexander Wang bags with the studs on the bottom? I loved that bag. And I just used to hope and pray that one day I was lucky enough and that I'd work hard enough to be able to buy myself a Birkin. And that's what I was speaking to her about, and she could completely relate, and we just had the loveliest chat. And of course I left the store that day with my new child. This is all gonna sound very ridiculous if you're not into handbags, but I think I said this in my last unboxing. If you're not into bags, I don't really know why you're watching a video like this. If you are into bags, which I know many of you are, then you will understand my excitement. I've just realised I didn't even put the padlock on. These always remind me of Tamara. I know many of you actually watch Tamara's YouTube videos, including myself. She has the most amazing handbag collection, and she is just as lovely in real life as she is online. I am obsessed with her. But she always says she never really puts the locks on her bags, but I kind of like how it looks. I've also just realised I've left a crucial bit of information out, which I actually really wanted to share. But the minute I got that email from Hermes, I jumped up and down, like literally jumped up and down. And the first person I texted was my nan, because she is the reason I love fashion and handbags and things as much as I do. Nan, it is your fault, okay? She's always been into her designer stuff. She's always been into fashion, and I definitely got it from her. So she was the first person I told, and also the first person who got a picture of it when it was first unboxed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I also hope I've helped any of you out who are after getting an Hermes bag. If you're from the UK, go and make a wish, because the wishes do get granted. I have proof of it right here. I have also had a few other friends that also had their wishes granted in London as well. If you're not from the UK, it works slightly different in different countries, so you'll have to have a look at how it works where you're from. If you have any questions for me, pop them down below and I'll try my best to get back to you all. Lots of love everyone, take care, and thank you again for watching. Bye bye!